Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Are you happy today?
Happy.
Are you happy? Okay. Okay. Do you remember the last game we played? We played the tic-tac-toe. Okay, tic-tac-toe. Okay. In that game, we discussed something about what should teacher do to make sure that the student understand the lesson, understand the activity. Yes. Now, what I did last in that game, I call it sequencing. That is the 4 domain. We talk about the first, the focusing, the interacting, the reviewing, and now we go to the 4 domains. Okay? Yeah. You mastering it. Okay? Is that true? You mastering it? Yes, inshallah. Okay. Now we will talk about the 4 domain. The 4 domain is sequencing. Sequencing. What the 4 domain? Sequencing. Okay. In 4 domain and sequencing, there are 3 principles. I will read. Sequencing. There are 3 principles. Structure and sequencing. Repetition without boredom, and then linking and summarizing. And sequencing. Repetition without boredom, and linking and summarizing. Okay, let's do it together. The first domain, the 4th domain is sequencing. The first principles. Structuring and sequencing. The second principles.
Repetition without boredom.
The third principles.
Linking and summarizing.
Okay, once more. The 4th domain is
Sequencing.
and then the first principles.
Structuring and sequencing.
The second.
Repetition without boredom.
The third.
Linking and summarizing.
The first.
Structuring and sequencing.
The third.
Linking and summarizing.
The fourth domain.
Sequencing.
Okay. Now, let's talk about sequencing. What is sequencing mean? Yeah. Sequencing mean that we put our lesson, our students in our lesson, our activity in lesson in one flows. That is mean sequencing. Because we want to make sure that our students, that our participants in the classroom understand it well. So they live throughout that, they move and they do it every activities in one lesson by sequencing. That means in sequencing. Yeah. So it's very important for us because sometimes we as a teacher jumps in every steps. We not see our students what they stand for now. What is their understanding now? Sometimes we just it's easy subject. So we talk about it as our student is know about it. And when finish it, it's become that our student do not learn anything because we jump in a lot of steps. So the sequencing means we have to make sure, we have to design a flow a flow in our lesson, a flow design, to make sure that every step, every movement, every activities that we do, we see according to the condition of the students. That is sequence. And it's very important if we want to make sure that our lesson, our session for the students can change their attitude, can change their skill, and can change their knowledge. If our goal is just, do you remember the bottles and the cup?
Yes.
When we just want to make sure that our stone is thrown up, I don't want to, I don't care about the students. I just throw it there, because I will pay after I finish the bottle. But when we do the sequencing, I will make sure that I just want to make sure that every single of my students learn something from me. What they need, what she needs, I will give it to her. When she get a lot, I can ask her to give to the other. That is the sequencing. Okay? There are 3 principles. The first one is structuring and sequencing. Structuring means that we do it to we give the student activity to make them to easy memorable. It's a memorable activity for them. That is structuring plan in our classroom. Why? Because we want make our lesson is memorable for them, user for them, and we have to make sure that when they move for one activity to the other activity, it's make their understanding deeper. We start from the easy one, and then the second one, until their understanding is deeper. That's what we call structuring. Can you give me an example? What is an activity? What is an activity in classroom to make structuring and sequencing? Can you give me an example? Like using mind mapping. Using mind mapping, it's structuring because it can make our student more clear about something. Anything else? Can you give me an example? What will we do to make to do the structuring in our classroom? Using mind mapping. The one that I say, I move from I do the activity from the easy one. I do from the easy one to the hard. Okay, that is structuring. Or models, tools. When we talk about human body, we give them human body models. That is structuring. That is structuring and sequencing. Because we want to make sure, if I just talk about the human body and you about the fish or about the flowers, and you doesn't ever see the flowers, it's not sequencing. It's hard for the student to understanding. So I can bring a model of flower that we talk about it, and that is made clear for our students. Okay. Do from the easy one to the hard. What else? We give example from the concrete to the abstract. From the concrete to the abstract. That is the structuring and sequencing. Do you understand? Yes? So, The fourth domain is sequencing. We have 5 domains. In those domains, we have to make sure that every domain is applying in our classroom. And each domain have 3 principles. Now we're talking the fourth domain, the sequencing. So that means we have to make sure that in our classroom we do every single principles. Now, the repetition without burden. What does that mean? Can someone give me explanation about the repetition with burden? What is this?
Like a recalling.
Like
Like a recalling.
recalling. Okay, that's
We can recalling students to memorize the lesson by games
yes.
or
Right.
Sing.
Sing,
Yeah,
yes, by sing,
song.
yes, the song,
Sing the
by
song.
song, yes.
And then ask them one by one
One
with
by
not board activity.
Yes. Anyone else want to share about what is in your mind about repetition with burden? Yes, anyone want to talk about it? What is the mean of repetition without burden? Huh? Fun learning. Yes, it's a fun learning. Okay, very good. When we are teach our students, we have to make sure that our student achieve a standard minimum. And for that reason, we have to repeat again and again the standard minimum, because we don't want our student go from our classroom without nothing. Before and after is the same. I'm not get something. My attitude is not changed. My skill is not changed. My knowledge is not add. So it's a very unuseful classroom. So we have to make sure that our standard minimum is repetition again and again. We repeat our lesson, our activity, our main goal, our learning outcome again and again. But we have to make sure that the repetition is not make them passive or bleh. Again and again the same activity. It make them bored, because when they bored, their brain is closed. Yes, yeah. That is the mean repetition without burden. Yes. Can you give me the weekend recalling, and then we can sing a song, and then playing game. But be careful. The game should be connected with the learning outcome. Yes, we have to make sure after playing the game, they add something. They improve the attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. Play a game, and then what else can we do in the repetition? What else? The flip chart. The flip chart is one of the repetition, because I can easily go here and then talk about what is the principle of sequencing. First,
Structuring and sequencing.
Second, repetition without burden. Third,
Linking and summarizing.
And with this flip chart, I can do it tomorrow and tomorrow, just to make you memorize. Okay, the flip chart. Yes. That when we use whiteboard, we have to write them.
Yeah.
So the student, and it's very good when we have a lot of the color of the the marker is a lot. When we have a lot of color of different kind of color of marker, it will be nice. Okay. So we talk about the structuring and sequences, and then the repetition without paradigm. And then the third is linking and summarizing. What can you tell me? What mean of the linking? What is the linking? Linking. Connection. Connection about what? We have to make sure we do a lot of activity. We have several LO, learning outcome. We also have parallel outcome. So that means we have to make sure that we link every activity, every word, every sentence that we talk about in this classroom, so they can have their own summarizing. Yes. Linking and summarizing. What is the meaning of summarizing? Conclusion. Understanding something. Within summarizing, they can see the whole of the lesson today. Oh, that is why we do these activities. Oh, that is the main the reason why we do these activities. That is the summarizing. Can you give me example? What can we do to linking and summarizing? Do you remember when we do the word storm? Belum ya? The word storm. The word storm is linking and summarizing. Okay, let's do it. The word storm. Can you, everyone, has to give me a word that we talk about it from the beginning of the class until now. Okay, everyone has to make sure. I have a storm here, and the storm will be moved when you give a word that we talk about it in this classroom. Okay, start. Okay, what is? Give me a word. Sequencing. Recalling. Linking. Summarizing. Repetition. Models. Burden. And then
Easy to hard.
easy to hard. Yeah, easy, hard. Huh? Abstract. Concrete. That is the word storm. So we ask students to give the word that they remember from the beginning our class until now. It's make them when they talk about it, hard. That means easy to hard. Their brain is connected. That is linking and snowballs. It's the same. Snowballs. I have a small snow. It will go there. You have to go there. You have to go there with one word that you have to talk about it. And the ball will bigger and bigger and bigger when you throw to your friend with the word, and you talk to the friend with your word, something like that. Okay. Timeline. This is the one for the example we do in linking and summarizing. Timeline. Timeline is when we talk in this session. We will do from the beginning until the end. We will do something like this. That is mean timeline. The opening, the energizer, and then the what? So the students can see, oh yes, in the energizer we play tic-tac-toe. In the reviewing we talk about it. That is the timeline. That's the timeline. There's a lot of things that we can do in linking and summarizing. But the most important thing is when we're not linking, we not do the link in our classroom, the student will take it as much as they will see that everything in the classroom is not connected. So we can do linking and summarizing when we do the structuring and sequencing in planning our lesson plan. If there are no structuring and sequencing, we can link it, because why you do the opener like that? It's just for fun. Why this activity, you choose activities? No, it killing the time. There's nothing, there's no reason you do the activity. So when we have this structuring and sequencing, we can linking and summarizing, because we know that every word that we say, every activity that we arrange for the student is there are a goal for each activity. I'm not doing just to killing the time, or just to have my student busy, or just to make sure that they have something they did. It's not like that. Every activity, every single activity have a purpose. So I can linking and summarize. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Now you are now understanding. Ini bukan sequential, tapi abaikan. You are now learn about sequencing. Okay. Once more. What is the fourth domain?
Sequencing.
The third principle.
Linking and summarizing. Structuring and sequencing. Linking and summarizing. Repetition without boredom.
Okay, very good. What did I do? I am doing summarizing. Yes, I'm doing summarizing. Okay, now I want you to make a groups. Okay, please stand up. The one who born on January stand here, and born in December stand here, and between there you stand between the January and December. Here. Are you sure? You don't want to ask? Do you?
February? June.
June?
Somewhere.
Okay. January, February, March, June,
October.
October. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is a group, and this is a group. Okay, sit down, please. Okay. Let's in every group, please discuss about the S domain, and then everyone start to thinking what they will do in their lesson. Prepare the activity in the classroom to make sure that the sequencing domain is just for pura-pura aja. Jadi bahasanya no. So everyone thinking about what the activity that they will do to apply the sequencing domain. Okay, you can discuss in your group, and every one of you will teach one subject, and make sure that the S domain is you do it in the this activity you're teaching. Okay. Okay, please discuss. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I hope the sequencing domain you can understand it well, and you can apply it in your classroom. Is there any question you want to talk about it before I end this session? No? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.